Want to be a guest on a future episode of Create, Build, and Manage Daily? Email us at interviews@biztv.com.
Michael Dailey is a retired U.S. Army Special Forces Green Beret and has worked to secure our nation's infrastructure. Most recently, Dailey is helping business leaders to persevere through adversity to achieve their goals. And he joins me in studio tonight. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Scott. Pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. I appreciate your time and I appreciate your service as well. Thank you for that. Now, there's been a lot of adversity when I think about just the past couple of years. And of course, we all know the list of things that we've been going through. So what is your message to leaders?
Yeah, so I mean, that's a great question. You think about the challenges that we've had with COVID and you know, they're used to operating a certain way and they get into COVID, now they have to change how they're dealing with people. And during that time, we were isolated, right? We were separated from people. So we lost that social skill, that connection. And so now leaders have to get that back. They have to get used to connecting back with the person. And I like to say everything, I don't care how good your business plan is, it's about people.
Right.
So if you've not enabled that relationship to grow and to foster and to empower them to be successful, you're missing a huge part of it. So it's really about getting back to caring about people, caring about their success, and being okay with them, or not just being okay, but literally counting on them to champion your business as if it were their own.
Well, let's talk about that, because there's a lot of things that are roadblocks, if you will, that we've talked about when you talk about getting an employee to be a champion. We've heard about the Great Resignation. Now we're hearing about the quiet quitters.
Sure.
So what are some of those roadblocks we as leaders, because we have a lot of business leaders that watch this show, what can we do to overcome those roadblocks?
You know, I am probably the last person to ask that question to, because I don't like to hold hands. I'm not a coddler, but I'm going to explain that. Right? So I think obviously we've got to overcome those barriers to success in the workplace. But what we have to do is really target the individual and focus on the heart. Like, the individual has to come to work with the heart and the desire to do more than just show up and earn a paycheck, right? And so we have to create that culture, and then instill the belief in the value in what they're doing, the work that they're doing, how it benefits to the greater good of the company. And then what is the company's culture about? So sometimes it's reflective, that employee, their behavior is reflective of how that CEO or senior management is living their life, right? And so if you want to change the culture of an organization, well, it starts with changing the culture of the individuals responsible for leading the organization.
And I would think your experience going back to special ops, I mean, there's probably things you cannot tell me about, right? I don't have the clearance to talk about some of your missions. But when you go in there with a group of men to accomplish something, you have to be on the same page. You have to have a good culture. And there's a lot of work that's done on the front end before you guys ever go in, right?
100%. So, you know, for a Special Forces A team, I will tell you, and I know probably have some SEALs that will argue this point, but I don't believe that there is a better group of individuals than a Special Forces A team when it really comes to being a team. And so they're selected based on not just their qualifications, but their capacity and their capability to operate within a small team. And so as a leader of that team, they're really, you know, they have the cherry pick of the world coming to them as, you know, Special Forces operators. And those individuals are bringing an amazing capability already. But then it's that team leader not holding them accountable. We hold ourselves accountable, right? I'm accountable to my teammates to do my part. I'm accountable to them to be a successful part of the mission. And so when we approach it like that, and as we plan, we're bringing a piece of the puzzle, the solution, and I'm being counted on to deliver on that. So that's the way business needs to be, right? It's not that I need to hold you accountable. I need to set up these great metrics for you. I need to establish your key performance indicators. No, I need to establish a culture that you're capable of operating in, but knowing that you are accountable to the rest of the team. You're bringing a piece of the puzzle that I'm relying on you in order for us all to be successful.
I like that. And that is a different approach that we've seen in business, because before it's been, that accountability, you got to report, all those things like that. And what you're basically saying is, if I go into business with you, knowing that I got to do my part to be accountable for you and vice versa, I really like that. So what do you make of this current economy? Because some people will want to just, close shop. They want to hide. They look at it and are like, I give up. I'm waving the white flag. What do you see when you see this current economy?
I love it. So I think it's, I think for those individuals that are literally willing to get up and take action every day, they're going to go out and they're going to kill it. They're going to be successful. They're going to grow their business. They're going to have, amazing economies of scale. They're going to do that because this, for those that don't come with that kind of courage and that kind of heart, it'll be natural selection. It'll weed them out. So you can't expect to achieve greatness and not go out and do great things.
Right.
You got to literally get up with the attitude of, what am I going to do to make my business successful? What am I willing to go out and hustle for to make my business successful? You got to do it every day. So if you're not willing to do that, you might be selling to somebody else.
And so there's not a magical pill that we can take that will make our businesses instantly successful?
You can hire me as your success coach. but aside from that, honestly, if you have a dream, if you have a goal, and there's something that you have up on your vision board, you got to ask yourself, what am I literally doing right now that's moving me towards that goal, right? And if you're, again, if you're sitting on your phone and you're scrolling through Facebook and you're doing other things that's taking away from your ability to succeed, then guess what? You need to do something different.
But you joke about that, but it's like, if I want to get in shape, I have to do the work. I have to eat right. I have to exercise. And listen, we live in American culture where we're always looking for the shortcut. You're not saying you're the shortcut because you're that trainer for business. What I hear you saying is, look, you got to work hard. I'm going to help you work hard.
So I'm glad you said the gym analogy because, I was literally at the gym this morning with my fitness trainer. His name's Jeff, 24-hour fitness, amazing guy, right? Well, I'm going to tell you, for 60 seconds, I walk in there. He has a plan for me to be successful. I've got to give 100% of my effort for 60 seconds. I have a target. I know what I want to achieve. So for 60 seconds, I'm not giving half. I am working on it 100% of the time.
That's awesome. By the way, to get a hold of Michael, it's michaeldaileycompanies.com. Stick around. You're watching Create, Build, and Manage Daily.